What's up, family? This is Night 2.0, the podcast by young adults for young adults.
I'm Julian.
I'm Tamia.
I'm Josiah.
And we're the hosts.
So our topic today is Christians and the dating roller coaster. Everything good, everything bad, everything right, everything wrong.
Yeah, dating can definitely be a roller coaster.
Elaborate on that. What do you mean?
What he means by roller coaster is sometimes it's scary, sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's sad, ups and downs, you know?
For sure. Like, with emotions, like with girls, girls, you're a woman.
Wow.
You guys' emotions.
Straight for us.
Yeah. You guys' emotions are a roller coaster, so we have to deal with that. And, you have to deal with us, too. We have.
We do.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I don't know what we do, but
from a female perspective, like just like you said, I'll admit, like our 1 minute we good, and sometimes it could be something that, and that's the thing about dating. Sometimes that like guys may not realize certain things that you may do or say that could really like get under a girl's skin.
I don't get that,
and it's just like I don't get it either. But I know like if you say it, I'm like, okay. But it's just like, I can understand the whole roller coaster thing because sometimes it could be one moment we good, next minute you say something, you just joking, and it's like, okay, you could say that to him and y'all good. You say it to me, I'm mad.
It's
like,
a
you feel me? So
big deal. Now it's, bro, literally you could be good 1 second. And then the next second is like, it's a whole big deal. You're in a fight.
Right.
No, that's crazy. Like,
so would you say it's more like what we say or how we say it, or a little bit of both?
I would say it's how you say it, and the fact that sometimes certain things you say, you don't see what's wrong with it. Which I can understand, because look, I'm an advocate for females, but at the same time, sometimes, like, some people I'm like, that wasn't that serious. Like, you did not have to get mad at that. But at the same time, sometimes y'all could kind of, I'm not trying to dog on y'all, but sometimes you could low-key be a little, like, oblivious to it. It's like, you know what you said, and you may not even know what you said, but we know what you said, and it's like, okay. Like, females, if we go on a date, we're interviewing you in our minds. So we asking a question, and you may think we're having general conversation. I'm checking red flag, green flag. I'm not gonna talk to him again, or I'm gonna talk to him again.
For sure, I know. I understand that. We do the same thing. Like, but it's not like it's not off of like, oh, we're going to interview the girl, or it's just like normal life. We just see how they react to certain situations. Like, that's what I did. Like, I see how a certain girl react to certain situations, and that's how I interview like women. Like, I understand what you mean, but
all right. So dating for men and dating for women, do you guys think it's different? So, well, obviously we know it's different. But
sure,
yeah,
sure different.
Let's talk about it. You know,
it's sure different. Dating for men, I feel like sometimes like and nowadays the social media, like, it's a lot of per se F boys or like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what girls are used to, and I feel like it's a lot of women out here that don't give certain guys a chance because, like, certain past situations of messing with the F boy, or you feel me, or like, so that kind of makes it hard for men to get a woman's trust, and especially nowadays with the social media, because you see all that, like, people cheating, they record it now, and try to embarrass you, like, hurt your spirit, like.
So you saying like it's hard to really get to know a woman because they put in their past trauma. They comparing their past trauma to you.
Yeah, get into
it on you.
Yeah, getting to know them, and also just like for you to feel like vulnerable to tell them how you really feel, like, because then you like, man, I don't want to tell her because she's tripping, she's thinking I'm this and that can hurt you. Like, men don't want to be hurt. Like, we don't want to be hurt. So
I want to intervene right there.
Oh, yeah.
No, everything you're saying is factual, but I'm saying, like, from my perspective, I can understand where you're coming from, because, like, for me, I'm gonna just make a fake scenario. If which I have, if I've been cheated on in the past, and it was a situation, let's just say he was talking to somebody else, maybe I found out through a homegirl or something, and then the next person I'm talking to, I could tell that I'm starting to trust him, But then let's say he comes up to me in a vulnerable state and he tells me like, oh, there are certain things he struggles with, like let's just say lust, watching porn, anything. My automatic thought in the past, not now, but more so in the past, maybe would have been like, I'm not here to support you. I'm more so thinking, okay, I already dealt with somebody cheating in the past. So coming into a new relationship and you telling me you struggling with lust, are you struggling with lust into other females? Is that something I got to think about? Is that something I got to trip on? But nowadays, like, I can understand what you're saying because, like, you're coming up to a woman trying to just be vulnerable with her and she's too busy, like,
throwing you off.
Because it's like, hold on, like, you struggle with what? Like,
right.
You feel me? And it's just like, you need somebody who's genuinely going to be there. And it's like, just because he did it don't mean, like, the person that you're talking to now.
And that goes for us, too.
Yeah.
Like, because we bring that with women, too. Like, we have certain tendencies to be like, oh, no. Oh, she act like this. I done seen this before. Like,
right.
I done seen this before. Like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Cut it. Like,
yep.
I don't know how you feel about that.
There's definitely been situations like that where I started talking to someone, and it's crazy because I didn't know certain things about myself before I started talking to her, and I found out some things I didn't like, and I expressed those things, and then we ended up separating, and then there was another girl who, like you said, had the same tendencies. I might have missed out on a blessing just because I just said, nah, I seen that before. I'm not going into that. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel like that's what a relationship's about. Is like, you're just gonna have to like jump in. You're just gonna have to trust. Like that's what you have to do. You have to be vulnerable, and that's the risk of being in a relationship with somebody.
So we've been talking about dating, and we have something called casual dating, and within that casual dating, you could be talking to multiple people. So I just want to hear you guys' thoughts. And some people think that when you're casually dating and you're talking to multiple people, some people view that as cheating. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that.
Sorry?
I feel like casual dating, I don't know, I don't really feel like you should do casual dating, like, because it's a lot of people. Like, you're dealing with a lot. It's a lot of drama. But as far as cheating, saying casual dating is cheating, I don't think it's cheating if you're communicating with whoever you're with, like whoever you're dating. Like, yeah, I'm also dating multiple people. Like, I'm trying to, I feel like the casual dating in our generation is talking. Like,
it's just talking.
When you first start talking, like, okay, that's cool. You can be talking to multiple people, but then when we say like, yeah, this I want you
trying to
like,
meet up and all this,
like we hanging out and all that. Nah, that ain't no. I'm casual dating. I'm talking to somebody else. That's weird.
Right.
So crazy. For me personally, like in high school, you couldn't tell me if I'm talking to somebody and you talking to somebody else, I got a problem. Like, got a serious problem. And the thing about it is, I'm not even the type of person to be trying to figure out where you at, lurking where you at on Instagram, all these different things. Like, live your life. But for me, if you telling me the same things in a serious way that you tell another female, I got an issue with that. Now, now, like looking at it now, it's like, okay, if you're talking to somebody and you guys don't have a label on it, like you're not in a relationship or you're not making it something serious, like you said, communicate that. Right. And then I have no right to get upset at you because you told me beforehand. You feel me? So I'm already ready for what I'm going into.
Yep.
Whereas if you don't communicate that,
you thinking something else.
I'm gonna be mad, and you just gotta take it. Like,
that's true, and that's how they be playing games. People play games like that. Don't tell you, like, oh, we were just talking. And that's where drama comes in at. Like,
exactly.
That's how people do it. All right, so I know we've been talking about dating, like, so I want to ask y'all, like, what do y'all prefer, like, because I prefer calling instead of texting, because I want to hear your voice. I like to FaceTime, actually, because I want to see your face. Like, I want to see your face, I want to see your eyes, I want to see how you react to certain things, and I feel like texting is, like, like I can text you and then you can look at the message and go ask your friend, oh, what should I say? Blah blah blah. Like it's not like you thinking about it. I want your first reaction, like about certain stuff, especially when I'm getting to know a girl. Like, so what do y'all think? Y'all like texting or calling? Like, which one?
My real answer is face to face meetup.
Yeah,
you know, like you feel my vibe, I feel your vibe, and like you said, it's like a real FaceTime. You can't think about your answers.
right?
I'm gonna get your real reaction. And then also through the text, you know, somebody could text something, and it could sound like they meant it in a different way.
Bro,
you know,
tone. You don't know the tone,
right? So like, I think we was talking about this the other day. Like if you're in an argument or something, like we need to get on the phone instead of over text.
Yeah.
Because everything can get misconstrued. But my real answer is I like to meet the girl face to face. Like take her out, get some
to eat.
Yeah,
of course, for sure.
Yeah,
sure.
But other than that, if it has to be through the phone, FaceTime for sure.
So
honestly, for me, I'm more of a texter, and that's just because, like, honestly, I feel like me being on my phone a lot, it played a part in that, just me not feeling that social. But I'm working on that a lot more. So I would honestly say, like, just like both of y'all were saying, being on FaceTime, or if we can meet up, especially if it's something where I'm mad at you or something got misunderstood. Because if I text you something and I didn't mean it in like a I'm yelling at you type of tone, but you took it that way, then that's starting a whole nother argument just because we texted and we didn't FaceTime. Or, okay, I'm going to pull up, just meet me here. I'll be there in like 10 minutes so we could talk about it. So yeah, honestly, the best communication for dating, I would say, is as close to in person as you can get, whether that's a call or even FaceTime, because you ain't got nobody to go like, oh, especially for girls, like, oh, what should I say? What should I say? Like, or, you know, things like that. Like, you got to work it through. Like, you really got to give him the honest reaction. And yeah, so I would say it's close to in person as you can get.
I agree.
And we talk about FaceTime, just a quick question. Are y'all the type, like, can y'all just be on FaceTime with your person? Like, y'all not talking? Y'all
just like doing other things?
For sure.
Yeah, just doing other things? Y'all
for sure.
Not for too long, though.
Not for too long, for sure.
Not for too long, but yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so like, all right. So we talking about the texting and the FaceTiming and, you feel me? We all have temptations. Especially when you're young and you're going through stuff like going through puberty first. I definitely know, like, you have temptations. You got older peers showing you stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is so-and-so sent me this.
Oh, that's how that
I'm like,
goes.
that you ain't get no picture. You ain't got no picture yet. Oh, no, I don't have no picture. Like, I don't have one. I'm trying to get one now. like, sexting, basically sexting, like, how do y'all feel about that? Like, what?
Sexting definitely is a wide open door to the temptation. You know, like as Christians, we're supposed to keep our yoke even and wait till marriage and things of that nature. So if you sexting, even if y'all not sending pictures, if y'all just talking about it, what you gonna do, what you want to do,
it's in your mind.
Right, it's in your mind. It's kind of like when you with a girl and you see another girl and you think about her, like you really not supposed to do that either.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
like, don't even open the door to that temptation.
I mean, it can lead to it.
Right, and also, what I found with sexting is whenever I did it too much or whenever I was doing it, when I actually saw the girl, that's like how I saw her. You feel me? Instead of like she's a woman, like you know.
I feel like if you're married, it's different. You feel me? It's different. It's different.
A lot of the rules go out the window.
Like you married is different, but as now it's pretty dangerous. Like stuff can get out. People can be mad at you. You put that out there,
stay with you forever.
Mad at you, post it.
Right.
You send it to the wrong girl. You send it to the wrong guy. Like you feel me? Like it's dangerous.
Right. And especially I know women really have to be cognizant of that because that's how society is. Like you can't. If anything is exposed,
It's over.
like you said, it's over. Like
It's
forever.
over.
And that's how
You gotta
people
be
are
real
going to
careful.
view you
Man.
and everything. That's going to be your image.
Sure.
Yeah, it's definitely an open door. It is, and I'm gonna be honest. I've had my share. I definitely have, not with no pictures, but I've definitely had my share. And there have been times where I've literally had to like pray like for a minute to get the way I view somebody because of just us doing that out of my head. And it's just like, it's a fight to do that. Like, that's still something I fight with to this day. Like, I'm praying. I'm like, God, come on. Like, I need your help. Come on now. So, yeah, it's really, you got to be so careful, and it's so hard. And that's why I feel like when you're dating someone, you got to really be strategic about, okay, let's go here. Let's do this. Let me get to know you this way. And that's another thing about texting. And that's why I feel like as close to in person as you can get. So you don't have to have those temptations. Like, just doing all that.
For sure. And you talk about texting, like back to what we was talking about earlier. You texting, like, I'm getting to know you on the text. When we get in person, it's going to be like, like, I already asked you all the questions I had.
No,
like,
we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Like, no vibe, nothing. It's just like
awkward.
Yeah, you can't even go off of nothing. You already know. Like, you try to ask a question, like, oh, you don't remember? Then the girl get mad. You don't remember texting me that? And you remember, like,
we like, nah. I don't remember.
Yeah, so like talking about sexting, I have a psychology class, and we were just talking about like different disorders and certain things in regards to like Snapchat and how people think like after 24 hours it's gone. It's not gone. Like they say that
For real?
No, yeah, and they say that in what is it? In military, Snapchat's GPS system is just as good as military GPS systems. And when it comes to Snapchat, after 24 hours, it's gone from your site and from everybody else's site, but it's at the Snapchat headquarters.
Right.
They got all your information. When I found out, I was like,
you got every picture.
So it's like for life. So this is on your record for life. Like they can see anything, and it's just like anybody who's doing that, it's just like you got to be so careful. And even just hearing that from my professor, I'm like, yo, that's really crazy because everything, and you know, everybody makes mistakes, you know, everybody does things, and of course, since we're in Christ, you know, he gives us grace, he gives us mercy, but it's like that stuff is with you for life. For life.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So that means Instagram, Twitter,
all the messages, all the
I feel
pictures.
like whenever you take a video, Apple got it.
Apple.
Yeah.
Man, I know Apple got everything.
Apple
you got Google, you got the Google save. They saving it.
Man, they
probably listening to us talking right now.
Yeah, and that's like we talking about, you know, Snapchat headquarters, Instagram headquarters, TikTok headquarters having it. But imagine for a female, that one guy you sent it to, and he talking about he deleted it, and he a liar. So it's just like, no, he still got it, or whoever you sent it to still got it. He could have sent it all around, and you wondered how certain people know you. It's just like you got to be careful with your information. You have to have more worth in yourself than to just be sending stuff and then wondering why you all around. No, you got to be careful.
Nah, for real.
You got to be careful.
Even if you're not even sending it, even just like, look, bro.
Right.
Look, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
people getting
right. So we here talking about dating, and you know, you go through the whole talking stage and everything, and then you meet up with the person. And you see their vibe, you see how they are, how they act and talk, and then you decide that you don't want to be with them. You don't want to talk to them no more, which happens when you're dating. That's the whole point of dating.
Right.
So how do you guys go? And sometimes you stop talking to them, you just ghost them. So have you guys ever ghosted anyone before, or how do you guys go about the separation when things aren't to your liking?
Man, I think about this one time, and there was something that he said to me that was really on some, like, to me, if you don't see the red flag, you really just can't see nothing. You just being ignorant at this point. Like, it's there. You just being ignorant. And I was like, dang, Tamia, like, I'm not mean, but at the same time, don't just feel sorry that you want to just like leave him on red and never say nothing again. And that's exactly what I did. I left him on red, and to this day, it's what it's been like. It's been about 4 years, and we good. Like, I just did it because my thing is, I know I'm not, no, I can't. Like, if I'm not messing with you, if I see what you bring to the table and I'm just like, nah. Like, nowadays, I feel like I've gotten better at communicating it. Like, okay, I didn't like this or I didn't like that. But, man, I've had instances before where I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to not say nothing back to this message. Yeah. And they did a great job of not saying nothing to me, not asking what happened. And I'm like, okay, great. This is awesome.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Man. In high school, that was good. I'm good at ghosting. I don't, because I really don't care. So, like,
right.
So, like, after I feel like we're not on the same page and we're not going to be, like, one, I don't care. I don't care no more. I don't know. It might be a problem. That might be a problem for me.
I don't think that's a problem.
It's not a problem.
But I just stopped caring and I can ghost. Like, so.
Could you rather ghost than to say something disrespectful if they come at you, like,
no,
different?
I'm just saying. I ghost because it's just like, I'm not finna talk to you no more. Like,
yeah.
you messed up. You done. You know what I mean?
Not you done.
You can't have my energy no more. Like,
right.
like yeah. No more. Like, but I feel like when I was younger, that wasn't like good because I used to do it and then that would be making a person have thoughts in their head and like stuff mess up their head, thinking like, whoa, why did he do that to me? And then cause issues in their next relationships, like stuff like that. So I feel like it's cool if you do it if like somebody did you wrong, blatantly did you wrong. You told them, and then they did it again. Then it's like, man, like I'm out of here. Like I told you I was gonna be gone. Like, I told you I'm going.
Right.
I'm ghosting.
Right.
Like I'm ghosting you.
I also think it's okay if you express something that you don't like. You know, like we all have non-negotiables. You know what I'm saying? So if you express your non-negotiable, and like this is my rule, three and you're out, like baseball. You feel me? The first time, you probably didn't know that I didn't like that.
Right.
So I'm gonna let you know. So you can know now. You know. And then the second time you do it, I'm like, all right, I already let you know. So this third time, that you're gonna see the ghost. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So
I'm out of here.
I agree with that. The ghosting is cool is if you communicate, like, oh, I don't like this, or I don't like you saying that, and they keep doing it.
Right.
There's no actions changing, but
I feel what you're saying. I feel like you said, if you communicate with them and let them know. But I feel like if it wasn't like that, and you just got mad, like some immature stuff.
Right.
Like, and you
that's childish.
I'm not talking to you. Then it's like, it's kind of messed
right.
up. Like, what? Like, you could have missed your blessing.
Yeah, with females, like, we could get to thinking. And sometimes it could be like an overthinking situation where it's like, dang. And then sometimes the bad part about it is you could get into like a self-esteem thing. Like, okay, we never communicated that. He never told me he didn't like that, or he didn't like when I voiced that, or like whatever. And then they just get to thinking like, oh, am I not pretty enough? Or did he not like this? Or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, as long as you're communicating that and it's like, it's been said multiple times and you still not listening, got nothing to say.
For real.
So we're talking about ghosting and the art of separation.
Art.
Not good.
Gotta separate. But what are you guys' top 3 red flags? It don't have to be top 3. What's your biggest red flag? For me, it's hygiene, and I'm a little selfish, y'all. I don't like for my girl to be talking to other dudes or anything like that. So
red flags. It's respect. I need respect from my woman. I need you to respect me, and me saying that is not I need you to respect me like, oh, I'm big dog. You feel me? Like, I'm saying that it's like certain things that I tell you that, like I said, certain things I tell you that I don't like, there's certain things that make me feel a certain way. You need to respect that I feel like that. I'm gonna respect that she feels like that too.
Right.
But if you do something that I say that I feel is disrespectful, that's a red flag for me. Like,
there was a time I was on a date or something, and you know, we're men. If we're walking on the street, we have to walk on the side that the street is on.
Right.
The girl, I'm telling her, like, come on this side. So if a car crashes, it'll hit me first. Like, she won't even respect that. Like, that was a big red flag right there. I never talk to her again. You feel me? Because, like you said, the respect factor. You feel me? I was trying to do the right thing for her. You feel me? You can't respect that.
Yeah,
like,
even with that too. Even with like, you gotta watch how your spouse acts around others' peers, like you, how she talks about you, or how the dude talks about you. Because you can see if they respect you, like, or if they let somebody talk about you, and they laughing over there, like, you feel me? Like, you can tell certain stuff if it's respect or not. Like,
right.
Yeah. That's why respect is big for me. Respect, and then you have to be loyal, of course. Like, that's
Oh man,
you have to be loyal.
Yeah.
If you're not loyal, and then I don't like women that are materialistic or like, it's cool and all, like, you can have all that stuff, but if you like want to die for it, like that's all that matters. Like, you feel me? Like,
that's where they see the value in what you bring. Like, oh, you give me stuff.
Right. Nah. I don't need that. I don't need that at all. Like, we can have everything and get you everything, but if it's like that's what you're banking on me to be, like, oh, he's the guy that's gonna do this and that for me. He's gonna buy me all this. Gonna have Gucci, Louis Vuitton. You feel me? Like,
right.
No,
there's no genuine appreciation.
No, that's not. I don't like that materialistic stuff, because this is all worldly, and when we go to heaven, we're not gonna have none of this. We're not even gonna be thinking about none of this stuff.
Literally.
Like,
literally. What about
you? For me, one, definitely hygiene. I love to smell good. I love to look good. You gotta match me. It's automatic. You have to. I love to buy shoes. I love to buy clothes. I love to look fly. Like, we gotta match each other's fly. We just have to. You put me on, I put you on. We good. What's another one? I would have to say vulnerability. Because if I could tell, now with men, I know, like, even with my dad, he's told me, like, even with him and my mom, like, you know, they went on a series of dates, series of, like, you know, just talking and communication for him to really get vulnerable. And it's like, if you get vulnerable, like, we're good. You feel me? Because now we can communicate on a deeper level and things like that. And then also, pointing off to what you guys said, how you talk about me when I'm not around you is big. If you're coming to me acting like everything's straight, and then you go to the homie and everything not straight, why didn't I hear about that? You feel me? Like, you should be able to tell me anything. And then that's another thing, like, if you don't feel as though I'm not someone that you could tell me anything to, let's communicate that. Like, it's really communication, so that I could be better, so that you could be better. So yeah, hygiene, how you talk about me when I'm not around, and just vulnerability. Those are three, like, non-negotiables. Like, if I see an error in one, I could communicate it. Second time, you just don't care.
Right.
You feel me? Right. And then I just not care. Yeah.
I feel you.
All right. So we've been talking about, you know, just materialistic things, and just like you said, like, you don't like when a woman is materialistic to the point where it's like a non-negotiable. Like, if you don't buy me the designer, I'm out. Like, that is a problem. But what about high maintenance? Like, if a girl is high maintenance, I'm high maintenance. How do y'all feel about high maintenance versus?
I feel you. I want a high maintenance woman. Okay, don't get me wrong. Now, being materialistic is when you put that, like, you putting the materials above God. You feel me? You putting it above God. Like, this is God, and then this is the materials.
Right.
You care about that. Something coming out on Sunday, but you got church on Sunday. You don't care because you're going to go get that new Gucci bag. Like, you feel me? I don't like that in a woman, because it's like Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
Right.
this is just some material things. Like,
Mhm.
I feel like it's something underlying in that, like, because they're wanting stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's something underlying in that. I don't know specifically what it is, but I feel like there's definitely something underlying. But my girl gotta be what? She gotta be high man, bad. I want the baddest of the bad. Like,
Right.
man,
I agree with you.
Come on.
That's definitely not a problem. I'll pay for your nails, your
right.
hair, your spa day or whatever. It's just about like, do you appreciate that? Like,
Mhm.
and like, it's also about what that man values. What does the man value, and is the woman appreciating that and reciprocating what that man values?
Mhm.
Right.
Because when the woman is doing that, you can get brand new nails every day if you appreciate it, like for real.
For real, if you really appreciate it, not like
Yeah.
using a man,
Right,
like,
not using them.
Mhm.
like that's when it's different. Like, don't use me.
Right, like you said, like, oh, yeah, he's gonna give me this instead of, oh, I get to be with him.
Right.
Right. That right there.
Right. One thing.
Yeah, that right there.
One thing I like is say I'm trying to do something for a woman, and she's constantly like, no, like, don't do that. Like, I'm not like that. Like, because certain women are raised like that, like, to where their mother is like, oh no, don't rely. You're not relying on a man to take care of you. You feel me? Like, you're your own person. Like,
Right.
you feel me? I like that, but I'm gonna take care of my woman, of course. My
Right.
wife, I'm gonna take care of her. I want to provide. I'm a man. That's what
Absolutely.
I want to do. Like, that's my job.
Fact.
So I guess where I was trying to get is talking about like the dating and the girl being materialistic. I don't want to get too much in marriage because we're talking about dating.
Right.
So like, you're dating and you on that, you trying to be too materialistic, like, oh no, I need this from me, especially our age, bro. Like,
Right.
come on, we in college.
Everybody trying to make it.
We don't, like, you feel me? Like, I'm a student athlete. You feel me? I gotta grind. When I got my other days, I gotta grind to go get some money. Like, I gotta go grind, get money. Like, so like, it'd be hard out here for people, especially people that don't work and don't know how to get money. It's like, it's hard. Like, and for a young woman or a young girl to be out here like pressing you over some materialistic stuff when y'all are not even established in life,
Right.
That's not gonna work.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work for me.
$500 shoes, $1,000 bags. Like what?
You stay at your mom's house. I stay at my mom's house.
Right.
We in the same boat.
What do we do? We need to be trying to get a crib, not a
Right. How are we gonna make money
bag.
together?
Yeah.
Right.
Not how we gonna spend some money together.
Exactly.
Right.
How we gonna get rich?
Right.
Now, that's a priority thing too, because it's like I done seen that, and it's the most annoying thing, and it gives it makes all of women, like, it gives us like a bad rep sometimes, because it's like you may think that because one girl, like, and it even irks me, so I can only imagine how it makes y'all mad, but it's like you're upset because he's in college trying to make it and he can't buy you a Gucci bag, so that's why you left. Come on.
Like, what?
Like, please, let's be honest. And it's just like,
how does that sound?
That's me. Like,
Man.
I would much rather, because then it's like, if your relationship, or if you're dating, or if you're talking, if that's just summed up based off of what he can get you, you really don't have nothing. Because like,
Right.
What is the
there's
relationship
nothing there.
about?
There's no value. There's nothing, and it's just like, I feel like I would much rather respect. And honestly, that's very attractive. You trying to make it, you doing your thing, you're prioritizing school and prioritizing God. Do you, like, no problem with it. We're doing the same thing. We're in the same boat. Let's talk about how we can get better at it, so that when we get together, it's like an unstoppable thing. But it's like,
Exactly.
Right.
you just nagging about a Gucci bag.
Exactly.
Do you guys? Oh, go ahead.
How do you feel like, okay, about women that do that, like, that be with men and like, oh, he can't do this and that. I'm not for it, or like, he's not ready for me, or this and that. Like, how do you feel about that? Like
It honestly,
or why do you think women act like that?
I would say it's more of a trauma response, because it's like they didn't. I know that was kind of deep, but it's like I feel like it's a trauma response because so many people, when you hear the word trauma, you think about like, oh, somebody's mom or dad died. No, trauma is any type of event that shapes who you are today. So if you're so pressed about a bag, or you're so pressed about, you know, you got to get this and he got to give me that, or it's over, like, or he's not being loyal, it's just like there's something that happened in your past to where maybe you couldn't have those things, to where it's like, okay, now you get older, that's all you want. But you can't put that on a guy because he's just trying to make it, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, for women like that, I would say you shouldn't even be dating or on the dating scene or nothing, because you got to get yourself straight and fixing your priorities and why you feel that way before you just like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's definitely a trauma response.
Okay, I just learned something for sure.
When you're dating, you know, sometimes you wanna go to your homie or your homegirl for counsel. So how do you guys go about that, and where is the line drawn? Because you can't. This is still y'all relationship,
right?
You know.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like when it's a problem, you should talk to each other first. You should not go to somebody else and try to get an opinion, because once somebody else is in your head, this is what I tell. This is crazy. I done told somebody this before, like a girl. So I'm telling this girl, basically, like, you can't let other people get in your head if you haven't even heard what I said yet.
Right.
So now when I'm saying something, you think it's a lie because somebody else has already put a thought in your head, and now you think that's the truth.
Right.
So I don't like that. I don't like that when you go talk to somebody else before, like maybe after, maybe for advice, but don't let them get in your head and mess your mind up and mix your thoughts up, like, because that can cause a problem. Like, that can cause a big problem. Like, somebody else being in your head, now you're having thoughts about the person that are not even true.
Right.
Like, and you're just putting it on them. Like, they're telling you something and you're just putting it on them, like, nah, this is what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. That's because that other person is in your head, or whoever you talk to, especially for women. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Like,
be honest.
Especially for women.
And then a lot of female, I'm gonna be honest, like, some females could be so messy. Cause they be in they could be in a guy's head about something. Cause like I'm behind the scenes, so I've seen what some females could do. You're talking about this guy doing something, and the reason some of them do that is because they really don't mess with the relationship. So it's like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that relationship fails. Like, I'm gonna just talk. I'm gonna just get to talking. Even if it is a lie, it could be about like somebody else, and I'm gonna just get to talking, and you gonna believe me because we close. You feel me? And from my perspective, I don't allow a lot of people in my circle unless I know that if I could come to you for wise counsel, I can actually use the advice that you gave me. Like, if I tell you that, oh, me and, you know, whoever that I'm dating maybe had like a disagreement, and maybe he said this to me and I didn't like that. If your number one reaction isn't something along the lines of like a godly answer, like, oh, well, did you see his perspective, for him to kind of pop off like that, or for him to say something that triggered you? And if it's more so something like, oh, well, you gotta leave him, you know, you deserve better, and that's why he was with a girl yesterday. Who are you talking about? Like, he probably wasn't doing nothing like that. Like, and then it's just like, with females, it'll get in your head to the point where you like, yeah, I'm texting him, I'm telling him we not talking no more that day, because it's like, it could be so influential. So you gotta be so careful.
Like,
and for me, I've always made that rule. Like, if I'm talking to somebody, I don't care how close we are, I'm not telling you nothing. Just respectfully, unless I pray about it and I'm like, all right, I feel like I could trust you, or like I have people that I know who are in godly like courtship or relationship, whatever the case may be. I have no problem going to you because you probably done been through it already. But it's like, if you know, like, I'm not telling nothing.
No, I'm like that too.
No,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, this is how I feel. Like, if you gonna talk to your homie or your homegirl before, it needs to be like, how do I say this? How do I, not what do I say?
Right.
You know, because like, I feel like you're more emotionally intelligent than me. So when I come to you and ask like, hey bro, how should I say this? Because how I will regularly say it, it might be too blunt or too. I might just hurt her feelings, or I don't know. Or like I said, how things get misconstrued through text.
For sure.
You know, so like.
For sure, I know what you mean.
So I think it's just a balance, you know, because you can't. It's still your relationship. It still has to be your thoughts, but sometimes you do need that help. How to go about things,
right?
Or sometimes like you feel me? I've hit you after like, was I tripping?
Right. That's when I feel like it's cool. Like after like, man, this man,
right?
She talking about this and that, bro. Talking about I told her this and that. Oh, well, what happened? Well, blah blah blah. And then you can see in that like, oh, bro, you was reacting to like you shouldn't have said that, bro. Like you reacting crazy, like not before.
Right.
Yeah, because that's gonna alter your response to that person. It's just like, yeah, going to them after, like, yeah. And even you just gotta be careful. You really just have to be careful. And just if you're gonna do it, have the right people around you. Do not go to somebody who is known for just cheating or just ghosting somebody because they priorities ain't straight and they need to fix themselves, talking about, oh, well, she gave me advice and it didn't work. Of course it didn't work. Didn't work for her.
Right.
Exactly. Them be the ones. Them be the ones. Yes. It be the ones. Those type of friends that have nobody.
Right.
Are always going through people. Right. And they tell you the wrong thing and they think they right. And they're the most convincing too. Every time.
The most convincing. Right. I'm like, who you got a point?
We've been having a great discussion about dating.
Sure.
And we have a lot more to talk about. That's all the time we have today. So we will have to continue this topic on our next vodcast.
But if you want to be a part of our show to express your comments, share your experience, or just submit questions, you can go to the link on the screen or scan the QR code on the screen as well.
This is Ignite 2.0.